in Tamil, most of you will not understand me. I myself do not understand myself. Although I do understand Tamil and I speak Tamil very well. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee for having given me the honor and the pleasure of saying a few words in conjunction with the third World Conference of Siddhar Principles to be hosted in Kuala Lumpur from today to the 27th of June 2010. I am given to understand that more than 2,000 delegates, both from Malaysia and overseas, will be participating in this esteemed Congress this year. Malaysia is indeed blessed to have been the host of the first World Conference in 2007, and now we are hosting it for the second time. I am given to understand that Siddhar means the perfect soul, and over the years, the 18 such perfect people from whose teachings the basis of Siddhar principles have been derived. Considering the current situation in the world today, where war, disrespect to many human lives, moral decay, violence, theft is being conducted on a daily basis, I believe conducting this conference today in Malaysia is very timely. Indian culture has a rich heritage in many ways, and one of them is the heritage of the Siddhar philosophies and principles. The knowledge gained through consistent meditation and spiritual exercise by the followers of Siddhar principles will bring a great deal of wealth to our present society. If you look around the world today, there are many things that we should be grateful for. I know at the beginning of the conference, I apologize for the food that was served late. But let me remind you, if you have food to eat today, if you have clothes on your back today, if you have a roof over your head today, and a place to sleep tonight, consider yourself very lucky, because more than 75% of the people in this world do not have that today. If you have money in your pocket and money in the bank, consider yourself to be among the top 8% of wealth in the world today. If you do not live in fear of being in the middle of a battle today, then consider yourself to be lucky, because 700 million people in the world today face this dilemma every day. If you can go to the place of worship of your choice today without fear of persecution, then you are more blessed, because 3 billion people in the world today are unable to do that. So consider yourself very blessed if you can be here today in Malaysia to participate in the third Congress. More so as a doctor, I will tell you that if you wake up today with more health than illness, consider yourself blessed that you will live to see another tomorrow. I know that these are very, very worrying things, but in life, we have to face the depressing facts of life, because very often man allows themselves to be overtaken in anger, vengeance and selfishness, all in the name of success. We destroy each other. Why? Because we want to succeed. However, if you look around, success need not have to come with such levels of violence. We know in order to be ambitious, we have to be determined. In order to succeed, we may have to fight very hard. But what is important is that we have to behave in a rightful manner. There are many successful people amongst us today. There are many people on the stage who are well-learned people, and they have all strived to be successful without allowing greed and violence to come into their lives. Man endures suffering because of greed, and when greed overtakes or clouds our judgment, we forget love, humility, and affection for others. This is why the Siddhas have warned human beings against greed, which will eventually destroy us. If you go back to the basic principles of Siddhar, they say, know thyself, and that makes you free from all evils. But man, not knowing his own self, will become a victim of his own troubles. This very basic dictum in life was propounded by the great Siddhar more than 3,000 years ago. And his wife's concepts in life have stood the test of time. It is quite interesting. The Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Alex Carroll, in his book, Man the Unknown, has said, our ignorance of ourselves has given to the mechanics, physics, and the chemistry the power to modify at random our life form. We are in control, but are we really in control? Because we now find ourselves a stranger in the world that we have created. Today, people are prepared to endure stress in the name of success. So much so that stress management has become a part and parcel of life. And I see this every day because many of them succumb to the stress and end up in the chronic care unit as my patients. Such ignorance and a hostile environment, both in their home and their work environment, results in this. And I think it is very important that we should step back and look at the Siddhar principles which tell us to show us the rightful and a healthy path to either yoga therapy, medicine, astrology, or alchemy. And these are some of the basics. Just like health and disease, which knows no racial boundary, the Siddhar principles also see beyond race, beyond religion, beyond culture, beyond language, and beyond nations. And that is why there are so many of you here today. It's quite interesting to see somebody from Mexico to come to begin this Congress. Siddhar principles preach equality, respect for humility and human race, and peace. In Malaysia, that we live in, it's a peaceful country with peace-loving people. We are a country that's made of 3 dominant races, yet all of us have the freedom to preach and practice our own religions. However, I do admit that there have been some problems recently, and the government is well aware of this, and I think the Prime Minister is also well aware of this, and many of you understand in our need to bring up the unity and diversity in this country. We have now faced with what we know as the One Malaysia concept, which is the agenda of the country. It practices love, tolerance, and mutual respect, and these are all within the principles of Siddhar philosophy. During this forthcoming Congress, many papers will be presented by well-known and well-respected people who are recognized as experts in Siddhar principles. They will, during the discourse, impart their deep knowledge, life experiences, and share with us the wisdom and the teachings. I hope, as a sign of a mature mind, that there will be people who will stand up and debate this, not for the sake of debating, but to stimulate a healthy and meaningful debate that will lead to us opening up to new ideas. It is acceptable to have differences in opinion, and because the great minds have challenged the existing principles of the world today, that we have progressed. I hope the conference will therefore be a platform for healthy and meaningful exchange of experiences and ideas, resulting not only in a widening but also a deepening of our knowledge and Siddhar principles.